Hi, I am Cernel. Have you ever wondered about algebra? Maybe it sounds like a scary, complicated subject from your math class. But what if I told you that you are already an algebra superstar without even knowing it? It's true. Algebra is not just about strange letters like X and Y mixed with numbers. It is a powerful tool for finding missing information. It's like being a detective, where you use clues to solve a mystery. Think of it as a secret code for figuring things out in the world around you, making sense of puzzles that pop up every single day. So, what exactly is this mysterious thing called algebra? In the simplest terms, it is a way to think logically about problems. It uses symbols, very often letters, to represent numbers that we don't know yet. We call these unknown numbers variables. For example, if you have some cookies and your friend gives you 3 more, algebra helps you figure out the total. We could say chi for cookies, plus 3 equals your new total. It is a special language that helps us organize our thoughts and find answers step by step. It's all about balance and finding that one missing piece of the puzzle. You might think that algebra stays inside the classroom, locked away in a textbook. But it is everywhere. It's hiding in your video games, helping you plan your day, and even in the music you listen to. Every time you try to figure out how much more or how many times, you are using the basic ideas of algebra. It is a practical skill, just like learning to read or ride a bike. It's not about memorizing difficult formulas, it's about learning a new way to see and understand the world, a way that makes you a better problem solver in all parts of your life. This way of thinking helps us build a foundation for making smarter decisions. When we learn to approach a problem with an algebraic mindset, we learn to break it down into smaller, more manageable parts. We identify what we know and what we need to find out. This process is incredibly useful, whether you are dealing with numbers or making a personal choice. So, let's forget the idea that algebra is just for mathematicians. It is for everyone, and it is a secret superpower that you can start using today to make your life a little bit clearer and a lot more interesting. Let's go on a trip to the grocery store. Imagine you have a certain amount of money to spend, maybe $20. You want to buy some snacks, and your favorite chips cost $3 per bag. How many bags can you buy? This is an algebra problem. You can set it up like this. 3 times x, the number of bags, must be less than or equal to 20. By solving for x, you figure out you can buy 6 bags and still have some change left over. See? You used algebra to manage your budget and make sure you didn't overspend. It also works for sales, like buy one, get one free, helping you calculate the actual price per item. Now let's step into the kitchen. Cooking and baking are full of algebra. Have you ever had to double a recipe or cut it in half? If a recipe for 12 cookies calls for 2 cups of flour, how much flour do you need to make 24 cookies? You instinctively know you need to double it, which means you need 4 cups. You just solved an algebraic proportion. You are using variables without even writing them down. The original recipe is your formula, and you are adjusting the variables, the ingredients, to get the result you want, which is the number of cookies. Algebra ensures your delicious creations turn out just right. Think about comparing prices for the best deal. One brand of juice is $4 for 64 ounces, while another is $3 for 48 ounces. Which one is cheaper per ounce? This requires a little bit of algebra to find the unit price. You divide the cost by the quantity for each one. For the first, you calculate 4 divided by 64. For the second, you calculate 3 divided by 48. By comparing the 2 results, you can make a smart choice and save money in the long run. This simple calculation, finding the value of an unknown, the price per ounce, is algebra in action, helping you become a savvy consumer. Even something as simple as managing your phone's data plan involves algebra. Let's say you have 5 gigabytes of data per month. If you use a certain amount each day, you can use algebra to predict if you will run out before the month ends. You can set up an equation to track your usage, your total data minus the data you use each day, d, times the number of days, n, will show you what's left. This helps you decide whether you can watch that extra video, or if you should save your data for later. It is all about using variables to plan ahead and avoid problems. Algebra is also a star player in the world of sports. Coaches and athletes use it all the time to improve performance. A basketball player calculates the best angle to shoot the ball to make a basket. A runner constantly thinks about their speed, distance, and time. If a runner wants to finish a 5-kilometer race in 25 minutes, they need to maintain a certain speed. They use the formula speed equals distance divided by time. They are solving for the speed variable to achieve their goal. This helps them pace themselves during the race to win. Every successful play involves a little bit of math. Planning a trip is another real-life adventure where algebra is your best friend. Imagine you are going on a road trip. You know the distance to your destination, and you know your car's average miles per gallon. You can use algebra to figure out how much gasoline you will need for the entire trip. This helps you budget for gas money. You can also calculate your travel time by dividing the distance by your average speed, which helps you decide when you need to leave home to arrive on time. You are using variables like distance, speed, and fuel to plan a perfect stress-free vacation. What about your hobbies? If you're into photography, you use algebra when you adjust your camera's settings. The relationship between aperture, shutter speed, and ISO to get the perfect exposure is purely mathematical. If you change one variable, you must adjust another to keep the photo balanced. If you love video games, algebra is working hard behind the scenes. The game's code uses algebraic equations to determine your character's health, the damage they deal, and the trajectory of an object they throw. The game is constantly solving for X to make the virtual world feel real and interactive. Even just managing your time is an algebraic task. You have 24 hours in a day. You know you need 8 hours for sleep and 7 hours for school. How much time is left for homework, hobbies, and friends? You can create a simple equation, 24 minus 8 minus 7 equals X. Solving for X gives you the remaining 9 hours that you can divide up for your other activities. This simple act of budgeting your time is a form of algebra. It helps you organize your day, make sure you get everything done, and still have time left over for fun, all by thinking logically with numbers. As you can see, algebra is not just a subject in school. It is a fundamental life skill. It trains your brain to think in a logical and organized way. When you face a problem, big or small, an algebraic way of thinking helps you break it down. You learn to identify the key parts of the problem, figure out what information is missing, and create a plan to find the solution. This skill is valuable in every job, from being a doctor to a designer to a business owner. It is the ability to reason and solve puzzles, which is something everyone needs to do in their daily lives. Learning algebra is like getting a toolkit for your brain. It gives you the tools to make smart choices and to not be fooled by confusing information. When you see a special offer at a store, you can figure out if it is really a good deal. When you are saving up for something you want, you can calculate how long it will take. This power to understand the numbers around you gives you confidence and control over your own life. You are no longer just guessing. You are making informed decisions based on clear, logical thinking. It empowers you to navigate the world more effectively. The positive message here is that embracing algebra can truly make your life easier. It helps you become a better thinker, a smarter consumer, and a more organized person. The skills you build while learning about X and Y will stay with you forever. They will help you in future studies, in your chosen career, and in managing your personal life. Think of every algebra problem you solve as a workout for your brain, making it stronger, faster, and more capable of handling any challenge that comes your way. It is a stepping stone to a brighter and more successful future. So, the next time you are in math class wondering when you will ever use algebra, remember these examples. It is already a part of your world, helping you shop, cook, play, and plan. Don't be afraid of it. See it as a helpful friend. Learning it is an investment in yourself. It opens up doors to new opportunities and gives you the confidence to solve problems not just on paper but in the real, exciting world that is waiting for you. Algebra is your secret weapon for making sense of it all and building an amazing future.